Today is Friday, August 2nd, 2019. We are at the conference hall at the Hilton Convention Center in Houston, Texas. This is a Syro Malabar convention, and I happened to meet Sophia Chirayil, whom I knew as a young girl long time ago as a singer, and we happened to meet in the hallway here. So I thought it's interesting to introduce her to the viewers of the Aramaic Channel project, because Sophia has an interest in Syriac chants. So Sophia, welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you for agreeing for this conversation. Do you give us permission to post this on YouTube?
Yes.
Very good. I'm just curious, you are young, you were born in America, born and raised here, but you got an interest in Syriac chants. How did it happen? When did it happen?
So I happen to be part of the choir of the first Syro Malabar Qurbana that was in the National Shrine in Washington, D.C.
In 2013?
Yes.
September 7?
Yes.
Very good.
And that was my first exposure to singing hymns in Syriac. And there was just something that was so spiritual and meditative about it that when I heard it for the first time, it touched me deeply.
And we started with the hope.Many, and then we sang Inshallah. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was the first time we introduced Syriac chants in liturgy in America. And Cardinal Cherry, who is here right now, was the main celebrant there, and we started with the hope.Many, and then we sang Inshallah. So you were exposed to Syriac chants at that time, and then how did that interest develop along these years?
Yeah, so it touched me so deeply then that I wanted to explore it more and understand, like, where did the history from this come, and also it became small parts of it became a part of my daily prayer and worship as well.
Your daily prayer and worship?
Yes.
Syriac chant?
Yes.
A young person like you? That is really fascinating. So what attracted you? Is it the melody, or the text, or the meaning, or a combination of the three?
I would say a combination, but mostly the sounds of the language and the music, the melody.
Very nice. So you would use it for your personal prayer. How would you place it in the context of your personal prayer?
My favorite Syriac hymn is Trisadion, and it's a hymn that is asking for God's mercy, and so that's one that I like to sing in the morning sometimes before I start my day, like asking for God's mercy before I start my day.
Wow. Can you please sing that?
Yeah, sure. Kandisha Kandisha Haisana Kandisha Lamayosa Asraham
Esraham Alain, have mercy on us. So that's beautiful. That's nice arrival at the point. Holy God, Holy Mighty One, Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us. Do you watch our YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do.
And what do you think about that?
I think it's really great that this information is being put out and people are being made aware of it. Yeah.
Now, do you have some questions to ask me?
Yes, I do.
I don't give this privilege to many people whom I interview. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to know your opinion on why it's important for young people and youth to know about Syriac hymns and chants.
Very good question. In fact, you answered that question yourself, but I will elaborate on it. Because we Syro Malabar Christians, we say Syro Malabar, and the first word Syro stands for Syriac language. Because this was language of our identity. This language defined who we are until 1962 when we changed it. And this is not like Latin. This is the mother tongue of Jesus. This is the language of conversation at the Last Supper. This is where Jesus took the bread and said, Hana Esau Pagra Dir. This is my body. So we have the privilege to share in the heritage of the language of conversation at the Last Supper where it all began. So I thought, my generation lost it. I thought we should do something to bring it to your generation. Because if it doesn't reach your generation, this will be completely forgotten. And this is an intangible cultural heritage. Another point that I want to stress is that it is not just the patrimony of the Syro Malabar Christians. This is part of world culture, as Christianity is. So it is important that we preserve this aspect of the cultural legacy of humanity for the next generation. That's what prompts me, that gives me energy, that gives the passion to promote this. Did I satisfy your answer?
Yeah, I guess I also want to know more about like the musicology of it as well, like with your research, what have you discovered
Interesting,
with that?
because my area is music, and I started as a performer, a recording artist, long play record from the gramophone era, but then my interest turned into musicology, and when I did my doctoral dissertation, I realized this is a musical system that exists in India. It is not just a group of a few melodies, but there's a whole system, musical intelligence in organizing that system. So, and it is in India. It is different from Carnatic classical music, Hindustani classical music. There is a third system of music that we Syro Malabar Christians, not only Syro Malabar, Syriac Christians in Kerala preserve. So it is to be taken seriously even from the musical point of view. Then go one step further. This is not just for the St. Thomas Christians or Syriac Christians, but this is the legacy of India. India is a country that preserved this language, music and culture. So it is a great honor for India to say, hey, look at you guys to the world. We are preserving the language of Jesus. We are preserving a unique music tradition. So you and I can be proud of the fact that we are conveyors of that legacy to the world and to India. And so it is not just Syro Malabar, but for the world. So what are the things that attracts you in, say, music tradition?
I would say the nature of the language. I'm very interested in languages. I studied Spanish extensively in middle and high school, and then once I got to college, I was interested in learning about Arabic, and I studied in Morocco last semester.
You studied in Morocco Arabic?
Yes.
Wow.
And that was a really interesting experience because I got to see a lot of the similarities between Arabic and Syriac, and I was more specifically learning the Moroccan dialect of Arabic.
Oh, there's a Moroccan dialect?
There are different dialects of Arabic.
Interesting.
But before, when you said the phrase that Jesus says, can you repeat it again?
Hana Isau Pagra Dir.
Yeah.
This is my body.
So in the Moroccan dialect of Arabic, the word bagrir is used to describe a bread, a pancake type bread. And it references body when you say
oh my
that.
goodness, it has a reference to bread.
Yes. Bagrir means like the pancake type
and
bread.
Jesus takes that and says, this is my body, Pagra Dir.
That's just a very beautiful connection.
The phonemic connection is fascinating. Wow, that is very good. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I never explored the connection, the phonemic connection between. I know that the Arabic, Hebrew and Aramaic, they belong to the same family of languages. We have the same alphabet. Aleph, Base, Gamal, Dal, the same alphabet. So it's fascinating that they can also relate with what Jesus said and did. I wonder how the Arabic-speaking Christians will be relating to this much more closely and intimately than you and I.
Yeah, because the languages are probably.
Now, given a chance, would you pursue your study of more chants in Syriac?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's something that I want to continue learning more and more about throughout my life because it's an important part of my identity and my history.
I'm so fascinated. Thank you for sharing your viewpoints, and I hope when you get married and have children, you will sing Andi Shalaha to your children as a lullaby, put them to sleep. Keep learning more Syriac chants, and I will keep track of you, and I hope you will keep up the interest and will teach your children the prayer in Aramaic. Which I will teach you later. And that will be fascinating. I will keep track of you.
Yes.
And we would like to know where you go from here. Thank you,
I hope
Sophia.
So too.
Very good.
Thank you.